Welcome to Rokk Club's record album review of Missing Persons Spring Session M. My name is Kevin Z, and I'm a lifelong musician and music fan. I'd like to think that I've gained some musical wisdom over my 50 years of listening to, performing, and studying music from among my many favorite artists. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my Rokk Club channel, as I intend to review another monumental album each week. I grew up with classic rock bands like Kiss, Boston, and Led Zeppelin, and I watched as new wave bands like Duran Duran hit big on MTV and television shows like Friday Night Videos. I witnessed the evolution of 80s alternative rock and hair metal and the rise of grunge. I'll give you my perspectives on epic rock albums spanning across these years. Now, I hope I can pass along some of this knowledge to my daughters, Sky and Ava, whose playlists include tunes from my album collection and my first generation iPod here. Another inspiration has been folks at work who heard my playlists, and many of them heard these songs for the first time and commented on how today's music had changed so much and how Generation Z can benefit from my knowledge of these great artists and bands. So I'm reviewing artists' albums in their formatted order as they were originally intended to be listened to. So keep in mind, these are my opinions. Feel free to comment, agree, or disagree. So let's begin. Some people say that imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. That must be the case with Gwen Stefani in the 90s and Lady Gaga starting in the 2010s, because in 1983, I saw the gal live in concert who they both borrowed their stage looks from. Her name is Dale Bozzio, and she fronted the band Missing Persons. If my sometimes cloudy memory serves me correct, I won 2 tickets to a Missing Persons concert by calling into a Minneapolis radio station. Their cool new song Words was on heavy FM radio rotation, and I just so happened to be the lucky caller. Now, also fuzzy in my memory was who I took along with me, but I'm pretty sure I went with my buddy Tim, whose mom was nice enough to give us a lift in their big white Cadillac and drop us off downtown Minneapolis for the show and pick us up afterwards. You know, we were only 13 years old. Young new wavers, we were too young to drive. Wow, were we in for a treat. What I do vividly recall was the spotlight hitting Dale Bozzio, and immediately I was entranced. She was some serious eye candy. She had platinum blonde hair with purple and pink streaks, all teased up with Aquanet. She was wearing these silver hot pants and this see-through plastic bra with just enough black material covering her private parts. Her voice was unique and her look was scintillating. Behind her was Terry Bozzio, who, besides being Dale's husband at the time, was one of the most amazing drummers on the planet. His double kick drum set was covered in some black cloth, and from what I could see, it consisted mostly of the popular rototoms, these rotating tunable drums, and dual China type cymbals up high, right and left, which would become a Terry Bozzio trademark. He was a whirling dervish on the drums, to say the least. Then there was guitarist Warren Cucurullo, who would go on later to join Duran Duran. He was cool in his sequin trench coat, and to achieve this ultra modern sound, the band also had 2 keyboardists. One was Patrick O'Hearn, playing mostly bass keyboards, and Chuck Wild on other synthesizers. So, released October 8th, 1982, Missing Persons Spring Session M, which is also an anagram of the band's name. It was the group's first full-length album release. Now, they had already achieved success, especially in the LA area, with an earlier 4-song mini EP entitled Missing Persons. Now, this had already the songs on it, Words, Destination Unknown, I Like Boys, and Mental Hopscotch. 2 of those tracks would be included on this new album. The album opens with a noticeable one. It's Cucurullo's guitar, chorus, flange, and digital delay pedals all in full effect. With a chorus like, I am one of the noticeable ones, notice me. How can you not notice Dale Bozzio? She was stunning. Not only does Terry shred on the drums, but he provides great backing vocals. Live, he wore this little headset microphone, so he had his hands free, and was singing all the backup tracks. So track 2, side 1, is the mid-tempo rocker Windows. It was the 3rd single released from the album. With its modern effects, synth bass line, and sing-along chorus, it's a classic new wave song. Terry Bozzio absolutely goes off on the drums in the bridge of that song. Track 3, side 1, It Ain't None of Your Business, is Dale's claim for independence. She's a modern woman, and here she's calling the shots. It's a powerful vocal performance and a great tune. Track 4, side 1, is my favorite tune off the album, Destination Unknown. It was the 2nd single released off the album and a huge radio hit. This is new wave at its best. A mysterious intro, space-age synth effects, reverse fade backing vocal lines, memorable guitar licks, and tasty drum fills. It's all in there. Listen to all the intricate interlocking musical parts. Life is so strange, life's so strange. Track 5, side 1, Walking in LA, was the 4th single released off the album. Another popular and very high energy tune. Here, Terry uses his China-type symbols as exclamation points. Check out the footage of Missing Persons playing this song at the, I think it was the 83 US, or the 83 US Festival in California. It is epic footage. Only a nobody walks in LA. Last song on side 1 is US Drag. The song is complex and intense. For us musicians, the time signature is in 6/4. Terry's drum part is hypnotic and sinks in with Warren Cucurullo's guitar part. In Terry's own words, he calls it a reggae linear melodic drum beat. His drum fills near the end are mind-expanding for drummers like me. I followed Terry for years, and his drumming genius never ceases to amaze me. Check out his work with Frank Zappa, the Black Page, the band Polytown. He did a super group, Bozzio, Levin, and Stevens. The list goes on, but enjoy his stuff. Side 2 opens with the song Tears. Here the band writes what I consider a very catchy pop song. Terry and Dale sing in a harmonized unison during the bridge. Track 2, side 2, is the rocker Here and Now. It's a driving tune with a cool drum beat and a hooky guitar melody. The bridge changes to a different tempo, and again, Terry just goes off on the drums. There's also a tasty double kick drum in the outro. Track 3, side 2, Words, is the smash hit and was the 1st single released off the album. The video for Words was also on heavy MTV rotation. Dale's vocals here are fantastic, complete with her cute little high hiccups. Do you hear me? Do you care? Track 4, side 2, is the upbeat Bad Streets. It's Terry's version of 4 on the Floor drum beat, together with Warren's rhythmic guitar melody, and the pulse is hypnotic. The bridge is also super cool, with the whole band riffing in unison, then into a face-melting Cucurullo guitar solo. Very nice. Track 5, side 2, Rock and Roll Suspension, is another high-energy jam highlighting Dale's quirky lyrics and Terry's high-energy drumming. The last song off the album, No Way Out, this song is like reminiscent of a Devo tune. Devo was another band that was very popular in the early 80s. There's this frantic feel to the tune. Maybe it was the Coke. Missing Persons Spring Session M, the band's first full-length album, was their most popular, going gold in the US, and in my honest opinion, it has all the band's best songs. Although they've long since split up, Terry is still doing solo projects. Warren is playing guitar with Duran Duran, and Dale Bosio continues to tour as Missing Persons to this day. Thanks again, and look forward to more Rokk Club record album reviews in the near future. Peace.